Danielle, you put emotion at the center of the lab you founded, the Google Empathy Lab. Talk to me a little bit about emotion in tech, in design, and in the real world, and your experience there.
Yeah, before I worked in technology, my joke amongst my family is that I was the person who was not great at math. So the great irony is that I've ended up in technology, but only because of my I guess my creative bones. But I think that the really interesting thing about technology with emotion is particularly where we are right now. We live so deeply and intimately with technology. It's this weird extension of self appendage, ubiquitous, ambient, blah, blah, blah. And it's almost, I think, technology, much like work in general, it's almost like the goal is to engineer the vulnerability or the feeling out. It's get it perfect, make it efficient, make it optimized, help people be more productive, like do more in less time, more easily, blah. And I think what's weird is we're in this new era right now where this new time is being born, where we're impatient with and fed up with some of the gnarly and not so great parts of technology now.
Yeah.
We live wall to wall with it, and it mediates so much of our social connection. And some of what we were just talking about with the mammalian origin stuff is that we are such a deeply social species that to have this new layer of being and interacting is kind of a strange thing. We're in the braces phase with it. And the power of focusing on emotion is not just taking care of people from the head up and thinking that we can solve problems and be audacious. Instead, it's let's take a beat, let's take a breath, let's talk about all the stuff we're pretending we didn't bring in the room, what we're feeling, what's going on with us, how we are with each other. When we look at what's around us, particularly at this moment in time, with so much social challenge, so much social healing, so much stress, so much anxiety, so much opportunity and potential for meeting the moment and growing. It's okay, how do you start to look at technology or architecture or product design or anything in that space and say, how do we serve wholeness? How do we serve kind of expansion and meaning and nourishment? And for me, the original language of our being with each other is emotion. So it's this critical material for knowing the inner life of a person, taking care of that person, because it's you can't just focus on what people's brains and hands are doing. It's what's really going on in the larger gesture of their life, and what are they really working towards. So for me, it's a way to say there are all these levels of thinking about people. Let's go to the deepest one that we all share and start there.